Hello, you're welcome to our online TV talk show, The Nigerian Market. And the Nigerian Market is an advocacy program of AID, and AID is an ambassador initiative for development and empowerment. My name is Slater, and with me in the studio is
Chimene Samuel Paul.
all right. Yeah, our our campaign is a continuous focus on promotion of made in Nigerian goods and how Nigeria can be self-sufficient and how we can create jobs, create jobs and fight poverty in Nigeria. And that has actually given us the air to continue this program because we want to see how Nigeria will begin to, provide food for himself instead of eating crumbs from the tables of other nations. And we always want to continue to make this advocacy and campaign so that Nigerians will understand that we have what it takes to make our economy grow. And that is our focus this morning. We want to see how we continue to fight, make provisions for the economy to grow. And by the grace of God, we will be having one of our very eminent Nigerian who is a student in Japan presently. Is a student, a research student who is an economics. He works with national planning. He's going to weigh in some of our topic. And our topic is the effect of CBN ban on Bureau de change operators on the effect of the economy. So we're going to look at actually what the ban has actually, affected us. You have already, it's something that has been discussed over time. We understand the good faith of CBN. Well, before we continue, I hope Mr. Haruna, Emmanuel Haruna, you are live with us. We want to welcome you to the show.
Yes, I'm live. Yeah, good
All right.
afternoon, good morning. Depends on which part of the world you're from. Yes, nice to join you.
Thank you very much. We are glad to have you. I know at the end of this, you are going to give us the verdict of Tokyo Olympic Tokyo Olympic that is going on, and I know Nigerians are trying to make up so that they can meet up the medal. So you're live there to give us the verdict too. You're welcome to our show this morning.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right, so we're going to look on the effect. I want to believe that CBN's policy actually is in good faith, but the cry is that it came very unprepared. Probably they had not actually put the necessary templates to be able to sustain this policy, and that is why every Nigerian is crying. And as we have always said, the job loss that has actually come up, because when you check the numbers of Bureau de change that are registered in Nigeria, there are about 7,000. About 7,000, each has about at least 5 staffs. So if 5 staff from 7,000 lost their jobs, you know what the effect of the country will be. What we talk about, we are here campaigning for job increase, creation of jobs and all that, and to fight poverty. So how do you think this can begin to, help us to be able to, advert on this issue so that even though it has its own economic implications, which Aruna is going to weigh in. From your perspective, what do you think government should begin to do now?
Well, that's fine. Abias, good morning. I think the matter is straight if you look at what the CBN has done. Templates, yes. BDC is licensed by CBN.
Yeah.
They are licensed operators by CBN. And so the issue of templates, I don't think it is just a new thing that CBN has been doing. Okay. And if we know that the BDCs, from studies I've seen now, most of these things is that we should just go back to the root. Were they licensed as millionaires or dollarization millionaire, or what do we do now? Or what language were you? They were registered to just provide a token for the end users, those who want to travel, those who want to get, so just for about $5,000. So it's not as if they were registered commercial money depositor or lenders. They were registered to carry out this soft support for people who need especially for weekends and all that, because banks will not work, in the weekend. So that's how. But the thing has just moved away from $5,000. At a point we used to joke and said, if we need 2 billion, go to that BDC center.
Yeah.
You get it. Now, which people are now keeping this volume of money? Were they licensed to keep that volume of money? No. But again, because CBN, before now has not really, monitor the operations of these people. I think that's why it became like they let loose. Now, a lot of persons who are now seeing how lucrative the business is are the ones now rushing. In fact, CBN said they get almost 5,000 application monthly, because it looks as if it's just one lucrative business people are doing.
Because of time, I want us to actually look at the takeaways here. We understand this issue, and that is this excesses, and that is why this policy has come to stay. This policy has come to checkmate the artificial, scarcity sometimes that is created by these Bureau de change operators, and make dollar to increase, apparently without giving recourse to the peg price.
That's
Do you understand?
No, these are where CBN needed from onset. The issue with Nigeria, Mr. Slater, is that it's easy to say something. Even with this now, and we just pray they'll be able to sustain it. Okay, because you can't ask somebody to start a business, then the person will now go, and borrow money. Of course, Nigeria, most of their businesses, you need to just start and then start getting money and all that. Now, if that measure, that stringent measure had been there from time, you won't see all these lapses. But because the operators, or the regulators have failed to do that their responsibility from time.
Not when you say fail, that's where the argument may want to be sustained. Fail in the essence that they are putting the regulations in order, but the reason is that they are not making it effective. Not necessarily.
So what
fail.
language is
fail? When you
again?
say fail, that there's no policy at all.
No, I didn't
policies.
say they are not policies. I said the regulators. In the first place, we set up regulations that guided the registration process,
which is the central bank,
and licensing these people.
So specifically now, if you say where they have their field, I want our viewers to actually come so that our guest speaker will also begin to follow the areas.
CBN licensed these people to deal with dollars for about $5,000 onward.
Yeah,
5,000, maybe say max $20,000. Now, if this is what you have given somebody license to do, have you ever in any time go to check if this person is not trading, above $20,000? That's it. Now, if you don't regulate this person, somebody who had license to deal or sell $5,000 is now having $100,000. So what do you call that?
Okay.
So because you have allowed the person, and now he has seen that, I know that, except you have not gone. The last time I went there, you could see how they are practically going to raise money. Okay, they raise money, and so most of these persons now will have gone to get money and just put there. He just wake up and now that process is the methodology that we're just talking about. From beginning, they have a limited amount of dollars to do. Now, you know that these persons now, the parallel market, which is the black market, if CBN is giving dollar at 410 naira, for instance, how much can you get it at BDC? Okay, so you're not getting about. Now, is CBN not aware? Are the banks or bankers not aware? Because sometimes you even go to the bank and they are the ones that will refer you to. Okay, so let's just go to another. Maybe Haruna is just waiting.
Okay, yes, I want to agree and align with your argument to some extent. We understand that even though the BTA and the PTA allowances that is actually the normal thing that CBNs offers to Nigerians to travel about. But for those businessmen who are going to do business, if they are limited to only get the maximum benchmark of BTA and all that, they will not be able to do that business. So that's the reason why the Bureau de Change are actually patronized. And when they are patronized, there's that tendency that there's hike in the dollar. And you understand that as soon as the hike is in dollar, and if these businessmen are going to do business, that will actually give us the end, we are the end user. Definitely the end users will definitely carry the burden. And that is why goods and services in the market has actually shoot up and is affecting the economy right now. So that is the reason why we are discussing this matter. I want to see, as an economist, Emmanuel, and even though you're in Japan, I know the world is a circle ball, you understand what is going on. I want to see how you can actually weigh in with your experience and what you know about this topic, which you know what is happening in Nigeria. How do you think at this point in time, CBN, in a medium term and a long term, can be able to solve this matter so that our economy can remain stable? Because already the economy is fragile with the inflation that is high. When we talk about the increase in dollar, it will actually hit hard on the economy, and there's no way we can actually get our standing. So as an economist, how do you think you can weigh in? Give us just the medium term or the long term process that the CBN can put measures to be able to checkmate this policy that has been put in place.
Thank you so much, for having me. I think you actually asked a very important question. So about the short term and the long term. It's very important for us to understand it very clearly. What are the issues at stake? And the most important questions that we need to ask before our viewers is, are the BDC indispensable? Can we really ban the BDC in Nigerian economy? The answer is yes or no. It depends on what kind of economic structure are we running in Nigeria. Nigeria is being driven by medium scale industries. The informal sector drive the economy of Nigeria. And where we have more than 80% to 90% informal sector driving this economy, is very difficult for you to ban BDCs. Why am I saying this? Is so that globally BDCs operate. Like here in Japan, we also have BDCs. But the challenge that we should be asking ourselves is, what are the basic issues? And the basic issue is the issue of monitoring and regulation. Excellent. That is it. Monitoring and regulation. Here in Japan, the government totally regulate and monitor the BDCs. And why is it quite different with Nigeria? The margin is too wide between the official rate and the parallel market, which is the black market, right? It's 100, more than 100 naira. It's very wide. No way in the world you can see this margin. And because my research focused on the nexus between the financial development and the shadow economy. The shadow economy are the underground economy. Those informal sector that are not registered with the government, they are escaping tax. That is what I'm currently doing now. I'm looking at how can we begin to close the gap? We have a lot of informal sectors that government do not know nothing about them. Those guys don't pay tax to the government, right? And government is losing a lot of money from those guys. Congratulations to Kaduna State. Kaduna State has started closing the gap. But here is that, can we find other states to try to copy or maybe to emulate Kaduna State? That is a question that we're supposed to ask. Monitoring and regulation, that is the basis. Those BDS got their dollars from the central bank. Exactly. And again, each of those are being given, they sign an agreement that each of the BDS should not sell dollar more than 5,000 in a day. Those guys are making millions of naira illegally, right? A good example is around Kubwa Express Road. You see a lot of guys exchanging dollars. They don't have shops, They're individual exchanging dollars with naira. It can happen anywhere in the world, right? So even the reforms is desirable, is timely, but we need to set pace. Coming down to the long-term agenda, the long term is about regulation and monitoring, right? Because if you say the bank, so you give the absolute control with the banks. What happens to the excluded, financially excluded people in the village? Do they have access to the bank? That is at individual level. Then coming to the SMEs level, is it all SMEs that are accessible to the bank? No. That is why BDS in Nigerian economy, they are really indispensable because our economy is being driven by the informal sector.
Yeah.
Let me just stop for now.
Yeah, thank you very much. You from your insight, you had actually made it clear that the informal sector need to be revived and need to be looked on. And that is one of those issues we discuss here on the platform. So the ban actually come at the right time, just like you say.
Definitely.
So
yes.
Regulation is key. And when you talk about regulations here, the template that the CBN should put in place, even with its contributions, we can also borrow from there. And if they are listening, we always say, this is a platform that we need Nigerians to make their contributions, make this discussion robust and share ideas so that we can actually help ourselves to get out of the hood. So if some of these points that Haruna have raised up, if it can be looked upon, I think the issue of this ban can actually go a very long way to serve this matter. But then specifically, let's understand the job aspect. If actually this ban is enforced, the job that will be lost, because I know some of these CBN, as I say, they are registered businessmen. When you register businessmen in Nigeria, you pay tax. So if they are banned outrightly, how will the government be able to recover tax from them? And with the value chain of other job people who are working under this company, how do they be able to recover money that can be able to? Because we are talking here also that jobs should be created so that poverty can be fought and we can be self-sufficient to grow our own economy.
Definitely, Mr. Slater, just like Haruna said, 90% of these persons, I've said it earlier, the issue of that regulation, monitoring, that's where I want CBN. It's not enough in because banning these people. You can't ban them. What happens if somebody had an emergency, somebody need to travel, over the weekend and banks are not working? What happens when you go to bank to request for the traveling whatever, the BTA, and bank said, oh, we don't have enough of this, and then within that period, banks is not able to meet up the amount you needed to travel or pay school fees or something or medical bill that can come, as an emergency. These people, you can't ban them. Outright banning is not it. It is that same extra mile. Not only CBN now, we're talking about government regulatory agencies. These people are paid by these taxpayers' money, and they sit in the comfort of the office. Go Monday to Friday, just sit down. Then you are losing money. And if you lose money, like he said, millions and billions of naira, you are not thinking that these are registered companies and they're supposed to pay tax. Those ones that are trading along the express road, are they paying any tax?
They may not be paying.
They are not paying. So they are the ones robbing the government, and then the Nigerian citizens, because they are making money, you understand, just for themselves. And this money is not going to the government, it's not going to the citizens. So they are robbing us. Government says we are giving dollar for 400, then you go there,
400 and above.
Let's say 410 naira.
Okay.
Then you go to BDC, you'll be getting it at 500 and something and above. 100 naira per dollar.
It's different.
So you are robbing the government. It's the citizens that suffers this thing.
Well,
yes, we agree that aspect of job creation, that's why I said it is yes or no. You can't outrightly ban them, but CBN should step up. CBN step up in the monitoring to ensure that, yes, these persons that you have licensed, I have seen a letter where they are now saying they have to refund them the application fee. Those who already have money, CBN wants to make a refund to them, but that is not it. That is closing down these thousands of from their report. They said over 5,000, applications comes monthly. So you can imagine the number of jobs.
So the business is rather lucrative. All right. Even now, even though we have agreed that it is regulation issues, and you've mentioned that government should enforce all the regulation policies so that this BDC must be checked. But me, from my point of view, I want to say the only thing government can, CBN should do is they should begin to increase access, more access to foreign exchange. There should be, we are talking about technology, they should find a way out so that businessmen and individuals, Nigerians, can be able to have access to the foreign exchange so that they will not, at the end, if they don't have access to foreign exchange, they'll be tempted to patronize the BTT, and those are the issues. So if CBN actually want to fight this ban, they must make this. They must come back to the drawing table and make sure some of these policies be sustained. And if they do that, I think we can be able to have a very robust economy and checkmate this BTC, and our economy can actually be balanced at this point in time. Then apart from these, I want to ask from you, Aruna, thank you for listening. What's the way forward as we are now? Because it's actually biting, and we are talking about the inflation rate that is already hitting hard on the economy. What's at the take home? We can, if our viewers are listening, if CBN, by the grace of God, listening to us, what can they actually benefit from this discussion this morning? Just a quick one in less than 5 minutes.
Okay, hello? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, I think the only way forward is we should be looking at the short and long-term planning. Short-term planning in the sense that so even while they actually ban forex to the BDS in the short-term plan, then they should be looking at the way of also engineer some kind of reforms so within the commercial banking sector. So in some of the advanced country, like maybe developing or maybe emerging economy, so we actually find out that they are into so what we call e-wallet, right? So e-wallet, so engaging through forex market, that is financial market reforms through the e-wallet is very easy for the government to monitor them. Since we are complaining about monitoring and regulation, so e-wallet, we enable the CBN to track their movement. So how money goes from the Apex Bank to the BDS. So that is in the short term, course. Then in the long term planning is for the CBN to also liaise so with the commercial bank to see how, so they can find a way to effectively regulate BDS. So like I said, in as much as our economy is being driven by informal sector, BDS are indispensable. Take it or you leave it. So because small businesses cannot face the challenges so that is currently happening in the commercial bank. And the commercial bank are now saying that they have a designated teller section that will be that will be in charge of maybe granting those forex to those people that actually need it. But my question is, for the financially excluded community, is there any branch that they can go in the rural area, hard to reach area, that they can get these services? Maybe yes, maybe no. So in the long term, they should try to see how they can engineer some kind of reforms, so in collaboration with the commercial bank. That is the long term. Why in the short term, so they should be thinking about e-wallet, because in most of these emerging economy like Dubai, right? We see Dubai, we see Singapore. There are a lot of e-wallet going on within the forex subsectors. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you very, very much, Mr. Haruna, for your in-depth analysis to this topic this morning. We want to appreciate you and say, as you stay along, we will continue to bring you on board to share with us in the issues of economy in Nigeria, because that is our mantra here on the platform. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me.
Haruna, tell us what's the report, Nigerians in Tokyo, because you are also an official. What's happening?
Yeah, I think our participation, Team Nigeria, is somehow dramatic because most of the aspirants for us to win gold have been eliminated. So from the report we're hearing from Tokyo is that it's a result of the poor management from our officials, Nigerian officials in Nigeria. So I think we have some potential gold medal winners, but they have been eliminated because of COVID tests. So some of them do not meet to the standard of the COVID test. And again, some of them because of internal power tissue. So most of them are being eliminated. And again, I'm so happy to hear today that we have one silver winner from Nigeria. So I think maybe going forward, so we need to put our house in order. So for us to
effectively don't go and fight over a phone again.
No.
All right.
All right. Thank you very
so
much,
much
Mr. Haruna.
No, Haruna is now, even though he's in Japan, Haruna works with Ministry of Budget and National Planning. So he's talking he's a staff of the federal government.
Okay.
All he's just doing there is that he's in school.
Okay.
And then you can see how deep he's. So he's even giving you statistics from the office.
All right. Thank you very much. It's an honor to have you on our program once again.
Thank you so much for having me. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So we want to share this wonderful, topic this morning. And for our viewers, we continue to appreciate you because we know how much data you use in listening and watching us. And we want to continue to encourage you that when we come on platform like this and issues like this, it is holistic. We should always join our voices to make it robust so that we can actually get a way out of this dilemma that we are in Nigeria. So we want to thank you for today and expect that next edition will come out bigger and better. So before we leave, normal, we always want to appreciate.
No, we just said that Nigerians should be careful. The third wave of the COVID is raging. I think I just heard the Lagos State Governor has cried out over 30 deaths within a week. So yes, that's how serious the third wave is coming. And so the federal government is considering other measures. So please, let's keep safe. The COVID-19 is still here. It's not off yet. It's not over yet. So please, Nigerians, we know we have faith, but let our faith be guided by God's principle. Let's just wash our hands. Let's keep distance. Let's use nose masks. As just as simple as that, and then we'll curtail the spread of the COVID. All right, so we can stay safe.
So all right, maintain the protocol and be safe.
Yeah. So we say bye Nigeria to
grow
Nigeria.
To grow Nigeria.
Yes.